Hey, sorry this review took so long. I'm a busy guy and I might as well tell you what happened. So this isn't a brag or anything, simply to tell you what happened. So I'm training for a 26-mile marathon and that's coming up in 2.5 months. And it's getting to the pretty intense stages. Add this to me not succeeding every time I run and having to do it again, and it can easily eat up a quarter of a day. Another thing is Team Fortress 2. I was straight up addicted to that game for quite a while and am only just now breaking my addiction to the hat simulator that it is. I broke this addiction by hanging up like a million hats just all over my house from all over the world, and now I have all the hats I could ever need, and they're totally not pixels. But seriously, I've got to warn you about that game. It's fun, it's free, it's one of the best ever in my opinion, but it's so totally designed to be incredibly addictive. Like, a common playtime for that game is thousands of hours. Just be careful, it distracted me for quite a bit. Alright, so this was a fairly simple episode, so I really see no reason why this video should be more than 5 or 6 minutes. I didn't have much of a desire to review this because there's just not that much I can even say about it. It kind of presents itself. But starting with the Chimera Ant arc, I don't want to miss reviewing a single episode, so here we go. We begin with a really nice shot of the Chimera Ant lair. The queen is rubbing her belly like, oh, this is going to be such a cute kid. You can see him starting to form now. This episode had a lot of cute things, one of them being Bisky letting out like an aroused laugh. She's like, and while she's reading, what I can only assume are yaoi mags. I like that this is treated so casually in this series. Like, our two boys don't give a damn what she does in her leisure time. There's no outraged reaction from them to make it more comedic or whatever. While they train the butts off, they just take it in stride. So they finish up, so exhausted sweats making their little shoulder torsos visible. I know that feeling, especially in this sweltering heat. They've only just begun, they come to find out. Bisky wants them to go see Knuckle straight away. It should be fine to go see this guy who out loud professed he wants to kill some kids, so our heroes totally agree. What's neat about the character of Knuckle is how he's one of those rough-looking bears who's actually a teddy bear inside. Gon and Killua interrupt his make-out session and present themselves to him sweating bullets. Knuckle does not take kindly to this and insults them for taking him so lightly. Another little anecdote from Togashi that's cool here is that it's best to fight 5 hours after a good night's sleep. I don't know if that's true, but it sounds reasonable enough to me. I love when Togashi includes little stuff like that. To add to Knuckle's soft interior, he starts crying after shouting. Shouting can be really emotional and just take a lot out of you. Now, but as far as we've seen, I think he's crying because he was seemingly taken so lightly. Knuckle challenges them to punch him. This is normally the downfall of a lot of antagonists in anime, though you can't call Knuckle one of those. But still, man, don't do it, Knuckle. A little segment I like about this is that Gon thinks about what he wants to say, but doesn't say it. You don't see that too often in this genre. Like, he thinks of the brave thing he's going to say, but he decides to be more pragmatic about it. Gon charges up Zora and reaffirms again just how dangerous Nen is. It's like playing with fire that if it touches you can also burst open your organs. What's interesting here is yet another twist on normal conditions. The dog is watching Knuckle be knocked down by our two heroes. Think about that for a second. Isn't that normally reversed? It would be some villain knocking down our heroes and the dog being sad for them. I mean, sure, this is a tiny little thing, but you should still recognize that it's very rare. There's tons of like microscopically tiny things that you can appreciate. Gon decks the dude so much that his feet left skid marks on the ground. He dies a fake death that could be calling a homage to all kinds of things, but it looks really similar to, spoilers, plug your ears for a few seconds, Kamina's death in Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. Spoilers over. The same bird we saw 2 episodes ago appears over the hotel our cast is staying in. There's so many little details that make a more cohesive final product, and that is my dog scratching, by the way. I'm not going to waste time on that. Okay, Gon refuses the token, and we learn about why Knuckle joined the punitive force. The reasoning for this is really cool, just saying. He makes some really good judgments. I've tried to let him in and he refuses. Anyway, so, he's reunited with his little puppy. Hunter x Hunter doesn't really thrive on big emotional moments up until now, but again, it prefers more subtle, subdued approaches to emotional storytelling. The dog being reunited with Knuckle is a good example of that. Now, of course, it has its share of big emotional moments, as you just saw like a few episodes ago, but I think you get it. I personally wouldn't be able to enjoy my meal with a crazy girl shaking a knife, but our heroes have the stomach for it. Switching scenes, we see that Nav's ability is really quite intense. He can create pocket spaces for people to fight in. This provides the perfect situation for Netero to test an ant's strengths with no interferences. Switching scenes again, we hear Colt and Peggy talking about troubles within the kingdom. What's really interesting here is we see Neferpitou experimenting with scientific equipment. What's she up to? Trying to revive Kite to fight him again would be the most obvious answer. We get some cool charts explaining exactly how our ant hierarchy works, and we've had multiple of those. Switching again, Nav seems to be the brains behind our trio. He has quite a lot of forethought that goes into his strategies. Netero seems to be carrying some doubt that things will play out the way Nav thinks. Again, I really love how much thought was put into just how things could go. This series has an extreme focus on its internal logic. Switching again, Knuckles made some new friends and our favorite Pirates of the Caribbean track plays while Gon and Killa walk up to him. We get some action here and see that when Knuckle isn't just standing still, he's quite a competent fighter. With him using light tosses and things like that, it seems that he's not being too brutal. Shoot bides his time waiting for an opening, and that ends our episode. No narration in the ending at all. Okay, so this is actually the first Hunter episode I'm not going to give an A or above because my desire to review it was pretty low. I want the Chimera Ant arc to last as long as possible and not be rushed though, but still there were definite moments here that they could have upped the pace on, so I'll give it a B. Thanks for watching if you did, and I'll see you later. Alright, I'm not gone quite yet. Okay, so this guy wanted to be on camera, so he's gonna get to be on camera. Alright. This is my dog, Zeus. Oh my god. Okay. Hey, nope, come back. God damn it. Alright, anyway. Yeah, that's Zeus. So, he's the one who's been causing all that havoc on my, recording.